Hey guys. So, so as to make things simple, I've created a presentation for you. And to hype you up, I have a silly meme here. No stress, just vibing, with a image of a cat with sunglasses. I find this quite amusing. So, we got this land, okay, boys land. It's pretty cool, okay? It's made up of a few different continents, it's got magic, it's got taverns, everything you could want. But that does not matter. As our story actually takes place right here on this tiny island. Okay, this is called Jackknife, okay? And it's pretty cool. It's got taverns, it's got magic, but it's pretty cool. But that does not matter because one day, basically, these two silly guys showed up on the island, and the islanders, they're like, "Yo, who are you?" And they're like, "Oh, I'm the architect, and that's the engineer." And then the islanders are like, "Yo, where you come from?" And then they're like, "Oh, it's hard to explain." And then they're like, "Ooh, guys, we should talk about this." So then they have a simple discussion over what to do with these guys, and they end up deciding they don't like them too much. But then these guys, they say something super mystical and secretive and magical that we have redacted here for reasons. And then suddenly and magically, this turns all the islanders into people who greatly worship them. There was no magic here. It kind of just they just were really persuasive. They didn't turn into this. This is just a artist representation. So these guys, the engineer and the architect, they're basically kings now. They are rich. They basically control this island now, and all the other leaders of this world, they're like, yo, that's not very cool. It's not cool. And they're like, well, we have servants, so yeah, we're better than you. And they're like, nah, and they're like, yeah, and they're like, nah. So then they get rid of them. So, you might think this is great for the architect and the engineer, like they've hit it big, they've hit the jackpot, they're winning. But, you see, all these countries that were pretty much neutral, they're all kind of mad at this poor little country here. So, what do you do when you got a bunch of countries coming for your head? Okay? You build a wall. Or in Jackknife's case, they're going to basically give all of these servants, some really advanced technology. Now, mind you, this takes place way before electricity has been like discovered and all that. So they don't really know what this stuff is. All they know is if they pull the trigger, it does silly stuff. So they start getting to work building some industrial complex on the island. Oop, meme break time, guys. It's time for a meme break. Mom told me not to touch it, so the child is eating the cake without their hands. This is really funny. When that new book smell hits you, ooh, that's a good one. How toddlers stare at people with visible disabilities. Ooh, that's really nice. Okay, when you start your assignment an hour before the deadline and you end up getting an A. Ooh, that's good. That's good. Okay, so basically they've built this industrial complex. They don't know what it does. All they know is the architect and the engineer, they were really persuasive, and they wanted them to build this. And for some reason, it seems after they've built this, the island that the complex is built on starts getting smaller and smaller. The water around it heats up. In fact, the entire world heats up. Everything starts getting really hot, and the only place that you're safe from this heat is inside this complex. So it's really hot. And the rest of the world that's just about to go to war with this country, well, it also got hot for them. So now everyone is trying to get to this tiny country, Jacksnive. Everyone, and I mean everyone. Yes, this is drawn on a scale. You can see all these little boats here. Everyone wants to get in the only place that is safe from the heat. So you have all these people trying to get into the one safe place. How do you pick who gets in and who doesn't? The random chance. So about like 1/100th of the population gets in. They're happy. They're cool. So you might be wondering what actually is inside this complex that everyone thinks is so cool. Well, inside we have down here a medical wing, a ghetto, slaughterhouse, the like big chunk of city. We have the crown. This is where the rich of the rich go, and then we have this place called the chapel. Everyone down here, they don't even know what's up there. The only people who go in there are the architects and like the really smart people. And then if you look at it from another angle, there's also factories and mines. And so yeah, that's basically everything you need to know. The entire campaign takes place. You're gonna start down here in this ghetto. Um, you're in this complex. Do whatever you want. There's gonna be some wacky hijinks. So, welcome to Dungeons and Dragons: The Amazing Machine.